So here we have with us Dr. Aarti Nair ma'am. She is a director in rehabilitation services of Latika Roy Foundation, Dehradun, Uttarakhand. Ma'am will be giving lecture on the topic core stability and recent advanced exercises for cerebral palsy for children. Ma'am, you can start your
Okay.
lecture now.
I have tried to make this as interesting and simple. मैंने ज़्यादा complicated नहीं किया है, so that we all can and I know सबका attention levels भी घट जाता है, so I will not take a very long time. So we are all aware of the functions of the core and we know our spine very well. So mainly the core, it stabilizes the body and the spine with or without the limb movements, and all movements are generated from the spine. We are all aware of this. And then they come into the extremities. हमारे हाथ और पैर spine के द्वारा ही move करते हैं. And like we tell all our students कि जड़ जो है, जो किसी चीज की भी जड़ है, हमारे शरीर की जड़ है हमारी रीढ़ की हड्डी, और वहीं से सारा पौधा, जैसे कोई पेड़ पौधे में अगर हम देखें तो अगर जड़ अच्छी है तो पेड़ अच्छा बनता है, पौधे अच्छे आते हैं, फूल अच्छे आते हैं. तो इन दिस also the core is the spine and the muscles attached to the spine. So if this is strong, then everything is possible in a child with cerebral palsy, in a normal person with no developmental problems. So it is all dependent on how good our muscles of the core are. In cerebral palsy, we are also aware the basic problems जो होती हैं, hypertonicity की होती हैं, reduced postural control होता है, increased muscle weakness होता है, functional ability कम होती है, stability कम होती है. So उसी की वजह से चलना फिरना, खाना खाना, breathing difficulties as well, and fine motor, gross motor, everything happens because of all these factors. And that is why cerebral palsy is divided into so many different whether you want to do it by area or hemiplegic or triplegic, diplegic, or we classify it according to spasticity hai, athetoid hai, ya dystonic hai. So but basically the main areas which are affected is the tone, the postural control. So when we look at the postural muscles, the muscles of the upper trunk as well as the lower trunk form the muscles, the core muscles. इसमें broadly हमारे जो muscles हैं, teres minor, major, latissimus dorsi, some are small muscles, some are big muscles. So all these lead to movement of the extremities of the upper trunk. तो हमारे deltoid and biceps and triceps, ये वालों का काम secondary होता है. Primary is the trapezius, the rhomboids, and all these which I have listed. And these are quite small actually. They're not very big muscles, except for, of course, latissimus dorsi, levator scapulae भी थोड़ा बड़ा है, pectorals बड़े muscles हैं. But otherwise they are short and small muscles, and all of them are attached to the scapula. कहीं ना कहीं से they are attached to the scapula. हमने देखा है cerebral palsy में कि scapula usually winged होता है. No, it is coming out. So when like I said earlier, अगर जड़ ठीक नहीं है तो फिर पौधा भी ठीक नहीं उग पाता है. तो हमारा जड़ जो यहाँ पर स्कैपुला है, अगर हम उसको नहीं देखेंगे तो हमारे हाथ का मूवमेंट्स, the tightness, the contractures in our elbow, in our wrist, in our fingers, all that happens because पीछे एक problem है. So we have to do exercises for these muscles rather than doing active assisted or passive movements for the upper limb. इसको हिला के हम जड़ को ठीक नहीं कर सकते. It's a complex circuit. We are all aware. ना कभी गैंग्लिया इफेक्ट होता है, कभी सेरेबेलम इफेक्ट होता है, कभी ब्रेन स्टेम में प्रॉब्लम होती है, एंड इवेंचुअली द मसल्स ऑफ द बॉडी, head and neck, even cognition, everything that is what gets affected. So how does one do exercises so that problems get sorted out is very complicated. It is not as straightforward as I'm trying to portray. But when we start doing exercises, we have to remember that the problem is upar. And just by applying a splint or by doing active assisted exercises or by doing passive exercises, we are not able to get good results, because it is such a complicated, the one part of the muscle has to relax and the other opposite one has to contract. So all that control जो है वो गड़बड़ होता है, इसीलिए रिजल्ट नहीं आता, फंक्शन ठीक नहीं होता, स्टेबिलिटी नहीं होती. इफ यू लुक एट दिस चाइल्ड, है ना, इंडिपेंडेंटली बैठा है बट अलाइनमेंट काफी गड़बड़ है, क्योंकि हमारा पोस्चरल कंट्रोल ठीक नहीं है. इसकी शक्ल देख के ही मुझे दिख रहा है कि अलाइनमेंट सही नहीं है, क्योंकि मुंह इसका खुला हुआ है. अगर आप जॉ लाइन देखें वो भी एक तरफ एंगल्ड है. Some part of his neck muscles you are able to see, and that is also visible ki there is tightness over there. It's not in a relaxed posture. What we call, it is actually cervical flexion and capital extension. The shoulder again is extended at the back. Extension of shoulder, flexion of wrist, elbow, and if you see the fingers are also flexed. Thumb and little finger nikli hui hai. So this posture, although independent sitting hai, without support sitting hai, but it is not actually a comfortable and a functional position. हैं कि बच्चा खेले, बॉल पकड़े, पर वो फंक्शन नहीं कर पा रहा है इसमें, क्योंकि उसका स्टेबिलिटी है ही नहीं. ये वाला अगर हम बच्चे को देखें तो he has enough support at his spine, so he will be able to reach out for that cup which the other child is bringing across. So when we are giving support to the weaker area, the extremities are able to work, and that is the primary work which we call in advanced exercises for cerebral palsy. On the other hand, sometimes we do the opposite. हम extremities को हम पकड़ के उनको काम करवाते हैं, and the spine, which is the core, is not supported. And बच्चा टेढ़ा मेढ़ा हो रहा होता है, हम उससे बॉल पकड़ा रहे होते हैं, हम कप पकड़ा रहे होते हैं, तो हमारी exercise actually we are the opposite. We should be doing. The support has to be in the spine, whether you get support by a chair or the therapist holds or the mother holds or a strap, whatever the support is, it can help. So goals of positioning, there are two parts which we have to really look at when we are doing exercises for cerebral palsy. One is positioning and one is activity. So the goals of positioning is the child should be comfortable. It should enable enough movement and experience, and normal movement should be experienced. It should not lead to any complications. And based on a lot of research, a lot of it is common practice that seating also leads to, proper seating also leads to core stability. हम लोग भी अगर सही से बैठेंगे, all of us, if we straighten up, we automatically feel the activation in our muscles. So if we are doing good seating for ourselves, we can feel the muscles working. Similarly, a child who is seated well, a child with cerebral palsy is seated well, actually you're working on the core. You don't have to do too much then. आप उसके साथ खेल लो, बट ऐसा पोजीशन दो जिसमें उसका कोर एक्टिवेटेड हो, तो एक्चुअली एक्सरसाइज ही हो रही है. Standing, sitting, functions all in these positions is actually exercise we want the children to do. अब मैं आपको एक छोटा सा वीडियो दिखाऊंगी. Actually it's a very long video. I will go through it very quickly. This is I don't know how much it is practiced by therapists, but where I work, almost 90% of the therapists do this. This of course is a mother. वो घर में कर रही हैं बच्चे के लिए पैसिव एक्सरसाइज. बच्चे को सीपी है, उसको लिटाया हुआ है, एक पैर को मोड़ा हुआ है. इफ यू सी हैंड टू माउथ बहुत अच्छा है. मेरे को तो लग रहा है अपर ट्रंक का मूवमेंट भी इसका बहुत अच्छा है, बट उसको ऐसे लेटा के रखा हुआ है कि जैसे कि वो कुछ नहीं करता, तो पैसिव मूवमेंट की जरूरत हो रही है. और थोड़ा स्ट्रेनुअसली भी कर रही है मदर, घुटने को भी ज्यादा संभाल नहीं रही है. वी रिमेम्बर हम जब करते थे तो फर्स्ट थिंग इज कि वी सपोर्ट द नी फ्रॉम द बॉटम. सो इट नाउ हियर देयर मे बी डैमेज टू द हैमस्ट्रिंग आल्सो. जोर जोर से घुटने को दबा रही है. थोड़ी देर में ये बच्चा थोड़ा सा टर्निंग भी करने की कोशिश करता है एंड मदर उसको पकड़ लेती कि नहीं नहीं सीधे लेटो. So turning, which is a good exercise for the core, is also being hampered here. So actually, what are we achieving by this passive movement in the child is my question. If you all want to write in the chat box, I'll be happy to read that. We can participate in that. So if you see now the child turned, the child has good reach and grasp also. उसको पैसिव मूवमेंट में लगाया हुआ है. ये 10 मिनट का वीडियो मैं दिखाने वाली हूँ, बट यू अंडरस्टूड द पॉइंट आई एम ट्राइंग टू मेक कि पैसिव मूवमेंट से अगर हमारा बच्चे के अंदर ताकत घुस जाती तो सब होने चाहिए थे. So why do we waste time on this which is not going to achieve anything? And it is time, money, effort, and sometimes it even causes damage to the sometimes to the knees and a lot of time to the pectorals, because lying down position is very bad position for the pectoral muscles. Now when we talk about active assisted, these two exercises, here the child is supported on a wedge. पूरा प्रोन लाइन नहीं किया है, बिकॉज अगेन ग्रेविटी का एक्शन हेड के ऊपर इतना ज्यादा हो जाता है कि उठाना मुश्किल हो जाता है. We know the weakness is on the spine, so we have to position the child that it is not too difficult for the child. We have to gear the children for success in any movement. We cannot gear the child in the most challenging position, क्योंकि उससे हमको कुछ नहीं अचीव होता. बच्चा रोएगा ही. कोई भी हम किसी को भी चैलेंज करते हैं टू मच, थोड़ा चैलेंज तो होना चाहिए, but too much of challenge never helps. So here the child is placed on the wedge so that partial gravity के against करना पड़े और partial नहीं करना पड़े. And if you see the position of the hands, he is trying to do it on his own. So extremities जो सही होती हैं उसमें help करने की जरूरत नहीं होती. The second picture also, the child is well supported. He is seated the therapist and independently. So when there is active movement anywhere, there is a sense of achievement. It is easier for, the bigger sense of achievement is the biggest thing here. But enjoyment ke saath saath, there is also active movement. So instead of passive, the advances are towards active. When active is not possible, active assisted is done. When active assisted is not possible, positioning and passive has to be done. So keeping these principles in mind, we move forward. Sitting position, like I said, primarily it is stable posture. We have to the important thing for any child to walk. That is the end of, all our lower trunk muscles, our core muscles are attached to the pelvis, like the upper trunk muscles are attached to the scapula. The lower trunk muscles are attached to the pelvis, and we cannot disregard the pelvis. Pelvis का क्या position है, posterior हो रहा है, anterior हो रहा है, इसके लिए भी थोड़े से ideas मैं दूंगी. But neutral position of the pelvis has to be maintained for anything. in cerebral palsy in our normal lives also. अगर हम posterior pelvic के साथ बैठेंगे, eventually we will also have back pain. And simple exercises नहीं, सिर्फ से नहीं चलता. It is positioning, क्योंकि position बहुत लंबे समय तक हम लोग करते ही हैं. हम all of us are either sitting, we are not exercising. अगर तो भी exercise करते हैं तो maybe 20-25 minutes or 1 hour. Some of us do 1 hour exercise, which is very good. But उससे ज़्यादा नहीं करते. ज़्यादा समय हम लोग बैठने और लेटने में ही बिताते हैं. And as normal people, so we can imagine a child or an adult who has weakness of the spinal muscles. उनके लिए तो कितना challenging है. And also head control. So all these things are happening automatically in the sitting position. In this again, the therapist supporting the child well, and thoda sa active assisted काम हो रहा है, but mainly the head is well supported by the child himself, and the spine is in the right position. Now, a lot of our people where I come from are from very, very economically very poor backgrounds. So we have to make shift arrangements. उनके घर में क्या चीजें हैं, कॉर्नर सिटिंग कैसे करवा लो, ईंटों से ये करवा लो. आई एम श्योर आप कहीं कभी ना कभी ऐसे एक्सपीरियंस करेंगे. पर मैं जहाँ से कम्युनिटी वर्क हम बहुत काम करते हैं कम्युनिटी में, एंड वी हैव टू इम्प्रोवाइज. कोई भी बॉल या स्पेशल चेयर या कॉर्नर चेयर वाला बच्चा हमको रेयरली ही कोई मिलता है. जो हमको ऐसे इम्प्रोवाइजेशन पेरेंट्स को सिखाने पड़ते हैं, उनको हेल्प करना पड़ता है इसमें. एंड द आइडिया इज कि जो ग्लोबल पैटर्न ऑफ फ्लेक्शन है उसमें थोड़ा थोड़ा एक्सटेंशन बढ़े. एक्सरसाइज भी एक्सटेंशन की तरफ ज्यादा होती है, फ्लेक्शन वाला कम करें. अपने आप डे टू डे एक्टिविटीज में हम हजारों चीजें सोच सकते हैं. वेदर इट इज ईटिंग हो गया, becomes a flexion extension exercise for the upper limb. Moving clothes हो गया, that becomes a nice extension exercise, gives a lot of core stability also, because उसमें stability बहुत जरूरी चाहिए. लाइंग पोजीशन को जितना ज्यादा अवॉइड करें वो उतना ज्यादा हर बच्चे के लिए, हर पेरेंट के लिए लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए बहुत जरूरी है. क्योंकि लाइंग पोजीशन लाइक पेक्टोरल्स को भी ओवर स्ट्रेच कर देता है, पेल्विस को गलत पोजीशन में डाल देता है, हैमस्ट्रिंग्स छोटे हो जाते हैं. तो पेल्विस को सही करने के लिए अगेन एन इम्प्रोवाइजेशन फ्रॉम अ वेज, कि अगर हम थोड़ा सा टिल्ट दे दें, सो इट मेक्स द पेल्विस इंक्लाइंड इनटू एन इंटीरियर पोजीशन. इफ यू सी द फर्स्ट पिक्चर, द चाइल्ड इज नॉट I mean in this sorry not the first picture, in this picture the child का rounded spine दिख रहा है. तो जैसे ही उसको एक छोटे से रोल पे बिठा दिया, वो राउंडेड स्पाइन सही हो गया. इफ वी वांट कि फुट फ्लैट हो, तो हमने स्टूल के ऊपर बिठा के उसको थोड़ा सा वेज का इफेक्ट दे दिया. मीन वी हैव अ वेज, बट पेरेंट में विल नॉट हैव अ वेज, बट उनके पास कुशन एंड स्टूल वाली चीजें तो जरूर होंगी. तो उस तरह हम बच्चे का पेल्विस को ध्यान देके उसको सही पोजीशन में रख सकते हैं, ताकि अलाइनमेंट सही हो. जब अलाइनमेंट सही होता है तब मसल सही काम करने के पोजीशन में है. अगर अलाइनमेंट सही नहीं हो तो फंक्शन सही नहीं होगा. ये एक पूरा बड़ा रूल है एनडीटी का. Some of you may have done NDT. I'm sure a lot of you have attended NDT workshops and you are aware of this. So मैं वही चीज repeat कर रही हूँ. Postural correction when you do on a wedge, मतलब sometimes a postural correction which is too high, no, becomes bad. उसमें बच्चे के गिरने के चांस होते हैं. So it has to be done according to, I mean, not more than 2 inches of incline. Now coming back to the core muscles of the lumbar spine, the rotators, interspinous, the semispinalis, the erector spine, all these small muscles which are attached to the spine, and the bigger muscles which are all working together. So all these muscles have to be exercised for proper functioning of the upper limb and the lower limb. The lower limb and upper limb muscles cannot function well if these muscles are not working. If these muscles are not designed in a position, if you keep a person lying down, they will not be working. If you keep too much of support, they do not work. So we have to activate all these muscles and get them to be strong so that they can hold the body and allow the function of upper limb and lower limb. Coming to gross motor activities, we know all these are the big standing, walking, jumping, running are the big gross motor activities. Here there is a mother who is making a child walk, and if you see the position of the hand, this is usually what everybody does. But as therapists, we know कि बच्चे को चलाना है तो उसके वजन को अपनी तरफ नहीं ले लेना है, तो उसका वजन उसके पैरों में आना है. Walking, if you remember the gait, the definition of gait, one of the definitions is that it is a process of weight shifting from one foot to the other. So the weight has to come into the leg and then be shifted from one to the other. It does not have to be taken away from the body into the mother's hand, mother's side. बिकॉज शुरू में तो बच्चा छोटा होता है, 6-7 kg का होता है या उससे भी कम होता है, तो आसान है. पर जब बच्चा 15 kg का हो जाए, 20 kg का हो जाए, then it is not possible to shift the weight onto yourself and it is not helping anyone. So standing position, we are aware कि it improves density, breathing and circulation, for emptying of the bladder. And it reduces all contractures, deformities, and also if we do good weight bearing, it reduces stiffness and uncontrolled movement as well. This is a therapist making the child walk. So here the position of the hands is totally different. अगर आप देखें इसको ध्यान से, तो hands are pointing downwards, so they are transferring the weight of the child's body into his lower limbs, and then only the weight shift will happen. Then only it becomes a weight bearing exercise for this child. It will only be a weight bearing exercise when you transfer the weight on. So besides the active exercises, we are all aware that the exercises have to be weight bearing. Another, and then good positioning में symmetry and alignment, like I said, has to be maintained. Alignment जब सही होएगा तभी symmetrical movement होएगा. It has to be comfortable. Parents should be discouraged in forcing the child in a position if the child feels uncomfortable. Stable but not stuck. This is very, very important to remember. The child should be stable in a position. Like we do not want to be stuck into a position. We do not like being stuck into a cerebral palsy chair. Similarly, children also do not like being stuck into anything. If we think about flying, going on flights, we do feel stuck. वो हमको उठना मतलब 6-7 घंटे बहुत मुश्किल लगते हैं. So imagine a child who has to be stuck in a CP chair. You will not get good results if you carry on working like that, because they have to be comfortable. Everybody has to work in their comfort zone, and positions have to be changed frequently. So these are the general principles about positioning. अपर ट्रंक का कंट्रोल नॉर्मल डेवलपमेंट में 4 to 8 months में आ जाता है. लोअर ट्रंक का कंट्रोल 12 से 18 महीने में आ जाता है. Cerebral palsy में we know it is difficult to organize movements, to control the voluntary movements. So we have to help them, and daily activities में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा करें so that secondary complications कम से कम हो, and difficulties in swallowing, contractures, pain, ये सब कम. Another weight bearing exercise का फोटो दिखा रही हूँ कि एक जने ने रिब केज पे पकड़ा हुआ था, दूसरा जना यहाँ पर shoulders पे पकड़ के चला रहा है, but both is trying to get the weight of the child into the child's body so that the lower limbs take weight. Always remember 4 चीजें जो हम थेरेपी में याद रखते हैं when we are looking at core strengthening is alignment, weight bearing, dissociation. The legs are in dissociation because that is what leads to walking. And active assisted exercises only will lead to active exercises, which will further lead to resisted exercises. Passive exercises do not help in any manner. To summarize, maintaining your skeletal alignment, normalizing tone, preventing skeletal deformity, providing a stable base, promoting increased tolerance, promoting comfort and relaxation, facilitating normal movement, controlling abnormal movement, decreasing fatigue, enhancing the autonomic nervous system, and facilitating maximum function and reducing the pathology. So I thank you for the time and listening to me at this time and hour. I hope you found this presentation useful, and I'm
Thank you
open
so
to
much,
any
ma'am.
questions. Yes, thank you, Shraddha. So
It
I'm
was a
open
great
to any.
experience to have you here with us, ma'am.
That is very